Hello, welcome back to the West London Buddhist Centre Shrine Room, and we're going to have an evening starting with a period of the Metta Bhavana, and then we're going to be doing a sevenfold puja, but not the Triratna sevenfold puja, but a puja that's taken from the Dhammapada. Paramahansa was talking quite a lot about the historical Buddha today, and I felt wanted to do that. So, well, I know not everybody's managing to come to every session, but it did feel like very full-on session, lots of things that Paramahansa was talking about this morning. But I think the main things for me, well, again, he was talking a lot about grounding, and particularly framing grounding in terms of samatha practice, and also the turning towards as being part of that. And actually, I think the seeing through can be. All the different things are there. But I suppose in his threefold plan, the grounding is more associated with the calming, the stability, that's associated very much with shamatha practice. And the seeing through maybe more with vipassana practice. But again, I think with my practice, I increasingly think it's well, if you think in terms of Buddhism that the insight and awareness is about seeing things as they really are, I think for me that's very much about experiencing things as they really are before I can see things as they really are in that way. And experiencing that very much through the body, through the senses, through what's happening moment by moment in my practice, in my body, heart and mind. So definitely for me, grounding in the body is very much a route for cultivating more insight and awareness. And Paramahansa was talking also about having these three vessels. So where the transformation takes place, and maybe where we're working in meditation. And he talks about the first vessel being the world. And that we ground within the world, we ground ourselves with that contact, that relationship with the world. And then grounding in our own body, within our body and all the sensations that we might be aware of. And then he particularly focused on the heart as a vessel within the body. He was sort of associating it very much as maybe in a secret esoteric vessel, but also not taking it too literally and not just on the sort of physiological, biological level, but also metaphorical level, making links with alchemy, but very much that sense of the heart as an organ that's processing things, connecting with the world, and that central point actually in the body. He was talking about the chakras, and you've got the three chakras above and the three chakras below, and the heart at the center, the heart as the mandala. The heart of the mandala, if you think of the body as the mandala, the heart being at the center and everything constellating around it. And he pointed out that actually it's very easy to come back to the heart, because every time we breathe in and breathe out, it's almost like the breath takes us straight to the heart. So there was a lot more focus on love and openness, kindness. And that shift from small mind to big mind, from when we're very self-referential and very much focused on our ego consciousness, or to when we're sort of more open, more connected, interconnected, not seeing ourselves as this sort of quite small, tight, separate self, separating ourselves from others in the world, which we do all the time because that's how we experience life. We do experience ourselves as the center of the universe, probably, or our own universe. And actually, one of the things that I really liked that he did in one of the meditations was he was very much emphasizing that there actually is nothing wrong with your ego consciousness, that actually we all need our ego. It's a really important thing that helps us function in the world. And he got us to do all this. He invited us to really appreciate and thank our ego and our ego consciousness for everything it does, all the things it does to care for us, look after ourselves, help us function in the world. That it's trying its best, even if it may not always go about it in the right way, but for us to be happy, for us to be safe, for us to be successful, for us to be fulfilled, that the ego is trying to do that. So actually to have that sense of appreciation, to celebrate that part of us rather than judge it or push it away. Yeah. There's that sort of letting go, and maybe broadening out into something beyond being so caught up with our own ego, but we do need it. So not getting into that, again, that duality of good and bad, and but thinking that actually the conscious mind just does like to be in control of everything, and appropriate everything. And it's interesting, it's not just our more positive experiences or our negative experiences, it's everything. You might think that the ego is just trying to sort of push away the unpleasant Vedana, but actually it can be just as freaked out if we're happy and joyful or creative or making a real breakthrough, especially if it's something a little bit familiar or unknown. So that invitation to whatever's going on, just seeing if we can sit with it, turn towards it, abide with it, bringing kind awareness, kind attention, but not trying to do anything with it. Just keep opening to our experience, being receptive to our experience. And that it actually can take a lot of practice, a lot of years of practice to be able to do that. It's not easy to do. So that grounding, providing the basis for the fruits, the seeds to grow. And one of the things that Paramahansa talked about in the morning, he kind of made a whole analogy between the Buddha and his experience when he was sitting under the Bodhi tree and what he was working with before he became enlightened or had that awakening experience. That we could actually see all of that as a basic methodology for meditation, which I thought was really interesting. From the Buddha taking the posture, sitting under the tree, establishing stability, establishing calm, and turning towards whatever was arising in his experience. And we hear about a lot of stuff arising in his experience, including his awareness of all his past lives, and the attacks of Mara, which you could see literally, but more likely, I suppose nowadays we see it more in terms of what's arising from our unconscious and our habits that are kind of getting in the way of our practice, that are undermining our practice. So, and in particular, he was talking about when there was the physical attack with all the weapons and they come into contact with the Buddha's aura and they turn into all these beautiful flowers. And in a way, that's such a metaphor for what we're trying to do by meeting everything with kindness, with care, with tenderness, even the things that we might feel like an attack or very challenging to us. Can we develop that capacity just to be there, just to open, just to abide with what's there? I was talking about love not being an idea, but actually in terms of being our response, and I think that could be emotional, psychological, physical, energetic response to what we encounter in life. And that sense of opening out, that sense always of bringing more spaciousness, getting into that big mind, because the small mind, the more conscious, ego-based mind does limit us, does constrict us, does get in the way of us becoming all that we could be and aligning ourselves more with reality, going beyond that sense of ourselves as separate from others in the world. So, we're going to have a period of Metta Bhavana, and very much with an emphasis on having an open, receptive heart to whatever's going on. There's a line from Rumi, how can the heart in love ever stop opening? And if we kind of have that sense of loving ourselves, loving life, then that does encourage the heart to open. So if you want to get into your meditation postures, we'll have a period of the Metta Bhavana, and we will do a more traditional one in 5 stages, but just going to encourage a more receptive approach, not trying to make things happen or change things, but just bring awareness, be open, receptive to whatever's arising, bring kindness to whatever's arising. And I'll just read a short Hafiz poem to start. And if you want a sense of the evening, we're going to do the Metta Bhavana practice, have a 5-minute leg stretch, and then we're going to do the Buddha Puja from the Dhammapada. Awake, my dear. Be kind to your sleeping heart. Take it out to the vast fields of light and let it breathe. Awake, my dear. Be kind to your sleeping heart. Take it out to the vast fields of light and let it breathe. Just starting by settling into your posture, being aware of the room around you and the world around you, the space you're taking up, your place in the world. an awareness of your whole body in this particular posture. What does it feel like? What's your experience of your body in your posture right now? So feeling contact with the seat you're on, cushion, stool, chair, maybe a bed, whatever you're sitting on, that contact with your seat and the buttocks and the sitting bones. An awareness of that big bowl of the pelvis, the hollow bowl, and those two bony points at the bottom, the sitting bones. And allowing the weight from your upper body, the head, the neck, the torso, the arms and the hands, just flowing down into the pelvis, into the sitting bones and your seat below. If you can't feel the sitting bones, you could just gently rock forward and back, and then come to a point of balance, resting on those two bony points, and allowing the weight to flow through them. And then opening, loosening around the hips and the thighs, softening if there's any tension there, a sense of the length of the thigh bones, the thigh muscles, the flesh of the thighs, a connection from the hips to the knees. Being aware how the knee joins the thighs to the lower leg. And just noticing the position of the lower leg, the position of your knees. And if your knees are resting, supported by a cushion or something else, or are your knees supporting your weight? Perhaps contrasting the hardness of the kneecap, softness, sensitivity in the crease at the back of the knee. Including the lower leg, so that long, elegant shin bone at the front of the leg. Calf muscles to the sides and the back. The ankle joints in the feet. And the toes, and particularly noticing sensations in the soles of the feet, softening, breathing through the feet, drawing up, drawing down, and feeling that contact with the ground through the mat, carpet, floor, at least in your imagination, being aware below the foundations of the building as the earth. resting, supported by the earth, this planet that sustains all our lives. So just allowing yourself to feel that contact, to feel supported and held, welcomed by the earth. That sense of being grounded in the lower part of your body, stable base. The upper part of your body rising up, aligned. Shoulders aligned with the hips. Ears above the shoulders. Nose aligned with the navel. Broadening and opening across the back and the shoulders. Allowing the shoulders to drop. And the arms dropping down from the shoulders. Bringing your awareness into the arms, the upper arms and the elbows and the forearms, the wrists and the hands. Perhaps being aware of the front of the body, particularly the movements of the diaphragm and the belly, movement of the rib cage and the chest as you breathe in and breathe out. Softening, opening around the throat and the neck. Feeling that connection from the sacrum up through the spine to the base of the skull, taking in the head and the face. So the earth below, the sky above, and softening the face. Just allowing yourself to relax as best you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Every breath connecting us with the world. Breathing in the world. Breathing out into the world. And every breath connecting us with our heart. As the breath enters the nostrils or the mouth, travels down the throat to the lungs. The lungs resting above the heart. So just paying attention, bringing a kind awareness to your body and its sensations. Maybe there's some unpleasant, uncomfortable sensations. Just turning towards them with kindness, tenderness, sense of care. Can you have a concern for your own well-being? Maybe there's pleasant sensations. It can be very ordinary, just that contact with the ground, sensations of breathing, areas of softness, warmth, sense of energy. Something unexpected that feels pleasurable in your body right now. And if there's anything pleasant, enjoyable in your experience, feelings, emotions, or thoughts, your underlying mental state, perhaps a glimpse, a taste of stillness, experience of being quiet, entering silence within, stillness or spaciousness. Just taking in, resting back, abiding with any pleasant sensations. And being receptive and open to whatever you're experiencing. Just allowing yourself to be who you are right now, how you are right now. Turning towards yourself with an attitude of interest, curiosity, care. Can you be there for yourself as you would for a friend? Can you befriend yourself? So now bringing to mind a friend, just someone you have a sense of connection with, warmth towards, someone you basically like. And just noticing your response as you bring them to mind in whatever way works for you. Maybe there's a sense of their presence, a felt memory, your body being with your friend. And noticing your body's response. Particularly around the heart area, the belly, the throat. Do you notice warmth anywhere in your body? Softening. What's happening with your energy? Is the breath the same? Feeling more or less grounded? Just noticing emotions, your mood, your thoughts, your feelings. As you bring your friend to mind. And whatever is happening, just trying not to judge it, just to be open. Be real. Maybe there's something complicated going on with your friend right now. Maybe there's a bit of envy or jealousy, a bit of judgment, impatience. If that's there, just noticing without judging and bringing some kindness to your response. If there's pleasure or joy or anything pleasant in your response, just resting there, taking it in, experiencing it fully. And just seeing if you can have that attitude of kindness and care, tenderness towards your friend, intention for their well-being. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from suffering. May they find joy. May they find peace. Now bringing to mind someone you've seen around, had some connection with, interaction with, even if it's just passing them on the street, sitting across from them on a bus or a train. Be a neighbour or colleague you've seen a lot but never really made a connection with. So just looking for someone that you know exists as a human being in the world. That's not important to you. You don't have strong feelings towards them. Don't like them, don't dislike them particularly. Maybe you don't even register them most of the time. So again, just bringing them to mind and noticing your response. What's happening in your body? Any changes to your breathing? Energy or mood? Thoughts? So you don't know much about this person. Maybe it's hard to keep them in mind because there's no or very little emotional connection. But you know they're a fellow human being with a body of flesh and bone and blood, just like you. And that body at times will experience pain. That body will be aging, will one day die just like you. And they want to be happy. They want to be fulfilled. They want to find meaning, happiness and joy. They want to be loved, have someone to love. So maybe just having a sense of solidarity with a fellow human being and wishing them well. Even just seeing, acknowledging them. Just as you're breathing in, breathing out, so are they. Both inhabiting this same planet. Both breathing bodies. So can you have a wish and intention for their well-being? May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from suffering. May they find joy, and may they find peace. Now bringing to mind someone you may have more challenging feelings towards. You may think of them as a difficult person. They're not intrinsically a difficult person. It's just you may find them difficult. Maybe there's a little bit of aversion there, a bit of ill will, or maybe stronger feelings, dislike, even hatred. Just noticing what's happening in your body as you bring the person to mind. Anywhere there's tension, if it's affecting your breathing, your sense of being grounded, relaxed. What's happening to your energy, your feelings, your emotions, your mental state, your thoughts? How do you respond when you bring this person to mind? And again, just being real, being honest, being with what's there. What's happening is what's happening. Just bringing kindness to your responses. And even if it's impossible, to have a sense of kindness and care for this person right now. At least having the intention for their well-being. You could try out phrases, even if you're not fully behind them, just dropping them like a pebble in a pond to ripple out in your psyche, your body, your heart. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from suffering. May they find joy. May they find peace. Just taking a moment to come back. Check in with yourself, how you're feeling right now. Bring to mind all the people you've included so far. What would it be like to care equally for every person? In your own way, just including people, animals, birds, insects, fish, reptiles, as microscopic beings. All around the world, in all different places, different conditions. There are other living beings. We're not separate. We are all interconnected. Just bringing that intention for the well-being of others. People you know, people you don't know, people you care for, people you don't. Even the people you may not like. People who may have harmed you or others. Can you still have that sense, that connection with another human being? Knowing how hard it is, can be, to live in the world with all its conditions. I'm just wishing them well. May they be well. May they be happy. May they be free from suffering. May they find joy. May they find peace. Okay, so we'll have just a brief leg stretch. 5 minutes, and then we'll come back for the Buddha Puja. Okay, so now we're going to do Buddha Puja, which has 7 sections just like the Sevenfold Puja, but they're coming from, the verses are taken from the Dhammapada. And we've got praise, salutation, going for refuge, acknowledging unskillfulness, rejoicing, awake and watchful, and transference of benefit. And we'll have a couple of Shakyamuni mantras. And if you want to make offerings at your home shrine, do feel free to do that. And let's think, have we got time for the refuge? Might do the refuges and precepts. I'm not sure if we've got time though. And there'll be a reading from the Udana after salutation, and then a very short reading after awake and watchful. Okay. Buddha Puja from the Dhammapada. Praise. He is calm like the earth that endures.
He is calm like the earth that endures.
He is steady like a column that is firm.
He is steady like a column that endures.
He is pure like a lake that is clear.
He is pure like a lake that is clear.
He is free from samsara,
He is free from samsara,
the endless round of suffering.
the endless rounds of suffering.
In the light of his vision,
In the light of his vision,
he has found true freedom.
he has found true freedom.
His thoughts are peace.
His thoughts are peace.
His words are peace.
His words are peace.
And his work is peace.
And his work is peace.
Salutation. By what earthly path
By what earthly path
could you lead the Buddha astray?
could you lead the Buddha astray?
He who can wander
He who can wander
the pathless ways of the infinite,
the pathless ways of the infinite.
the Buddha who is awake,
The Buddha who is awake,
whose victory cannot be reversed,
whose victory cannot be reversed,
is a being none can conquer,
is a being none can conquer.
one of true vision is not easy to find,
One of true vision is not easy to find,
freed from craving, hatred and delusion.
free from craving, hatred and delusion.
A Buddha is a guide to be treasured.
A Buddha is a guide to be treasured.
This is a reading on equanimity from the Udana. For one who clings, motion exists. But for one who clings not, there is no motion. Where no motion is, there is stillness. Where stillness is, there is no craving. Where no craving is, there is neither coming nor going. Where no coming nor going is, there is neither arising nor passing away. where neither arising nor passing away is. There is neither this world nor a world beyond, nor a state between. This verily is the end of suffering. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Swaha. 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 Going for refuge. People in fear flee for refuge
flee for refuge
to mountains or forests,
to mountain, to forest,
to groves, sacred trees or shrines.
groves, sacred trees and shrines.
But these are not a safe refuge.
For these are not a safe refuge.
They are not a refuge that frees from sorrow.
They are not a refuge that frees from sorrow.
One who goes for refuge to the Buddha
One who goes to
to the truth teachings,
to the truth teachings,
and to the community he taught.
and to the community he taught.
They go indeed to a great refuge,
They go indeed to a great refuge,
that is a safe refuge,
that is a safe refuge,
a haven of wisdom and compassion.
a haven of wisdom and compassion.
Those who go to that refuge
Those who go to that refuge
will eventually be free from sorrow.
will eventually be free from sorrow.
Namo tassa
Namo tassa
bhagavato arahato
bhagavato arahato
samma sambuddhassa.
samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa
Namo tassa
bhagavato arahato
bhagavato arahato
samma sambuddhassa.
samma sambuddhassa.
Namo tassa
Namo tassa
bhagavato arahato
bhagavato arahato
samma sambuddhassa.
samma sambuddhassa.
Buddhang saranang gacchami
Buddham saranam gacchami.
dhammang saranang gacchami
Dhammam saranam gacchami.
sanghang saranang gacchami
Sangham saranam gacchami.
Dujyampi buddhang saranang gacchami
Vidyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Dujyampi dhammang saranang gacchami
Vidyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Dujyampi sanghang saranang gacchami
Vidyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Tatyampi buddhang saranang gacchami
Tatyampi buddham saranam gacchami.
Tatyampi dhammang saranang gacchami
Tatyampi dhammam saranam gacchami.
Tatyampi sanghang saranang gacchami
Tatyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Panatipata
Panatipata
Verimani
Verimani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami
Samadhiyami.
Adinadana
Adinadana
Verimani
Verimani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami
Samadhiyami.
Kamesu
Kamesu
Michachara
Vichachara
Verimani
Verimani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami
Samadhiyami.
Musavada
Musavada
Verimani
Verimani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami
Samadhiyami.
Suramerya
Suramerya
Maja
Maja
Pamadatana
Pamadatana
Verimani
Verimani
Sikkhapadang
Sikkhapadam
Samadhiyami
Samadhiyami.
Sadhu
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 Sadhu with deeds of loving kindness.
With deeds of loving kindness,
I purify my body.
I purify my body.
With open-hearted generosity,
With open-handed generosity,
I purify my body.
I purify my body.
With stillness,
With stillness,
simplicity,
simplicity,
and contentment,
and contentment,
I purify my body.
I purify my body.
With truthful communication,
With truthful communication,
I purify my speech.
I purify my speech.
With mindfulness clear and radiant,
With mindfulness clear and radiant,
I purify my mind.
I purify my mind.
Acknowledging unskillfulness,
Acknowledging unskillfulness,
whole not a fault of little matter,
whole and full of little matter,
thinking this is minor to me.
thinking this is minor to me.
The falling of drops of water
The falling of drops of water
will in time fill a water jar.
will in time fill a water jar.
In the same way,
In the same way,
foolish people
foolish people
become full of delusion,
become full of delusion.
though they gather it little by little.
They gather them little by little.
Focus not on the flaws of others,
Focus all on the flaws of others,
nor on their deeds and misdeeds.
nor on the deeds and misdeeds.
Focus instead
Focus instead
on what we ourselves regret,
on what we ourselves regret,
what we have done or not done,
what we've done or not done.
neither in the sky,
Neither in the sky,
nor deep in the ocean,
nor deep in the ocean,
nor in a mountain cave,
nor in a mountain cave,
nor any worldly place
nor any worldly place
can we avoid our unskillful actions.
can avoid unskillful actions.
Rejoicing. Oh, let us live in joy,
Oh, let us live in joy,
kindly among those who blame,
kindly among those who blame,
among those who hate. Let us live in love,
among those who hate. Let us live in love,
among those who fight.
among those who fight.
Let us live in peace,
Let us live in peace,
among those who crave.
among those who crave.
Let us live content,
Let us live content,
among those who slumber.
among those who slumber.
Let us live awake,
Let us live awake,
when we know the balm of solitude
we know the bounds of solitude,
and experience the relief of silence.
and experience the release of silence.
Then we are free from fear and sorrow,
Then we are free from fear and sorrow,
and feel the joy of the Dharma.
and feel the joy of the Dharma.
It is a delight
It is a delight
to see the noble and ethical,
to see the noble and ethical.
contact with them
Contact with them
inspires and gladdens us.
inspires and gladdens us.
Awake and watchful. The followers of Buddha Gautama
The followers of Buddha Gautama
are awake and ever watchful,
are awake and ever watchful,
and ever by night and by day
and ever by night and by day.
they remember the Buddha,
They remember the Buddha,
their teacher.
their teacher.
The followers of Buddha Gautama
The followers of Buddha Gautama
are awake and ever watchful,
are awake and ever watchful,
and ever by night and by day
and ever by night and by day.
they find joy in deep contemplation.
They find joy in deep contemplation.
This being that becomes. From the arising of this, that arises. This not being, that does not become. From the ceasing of this, that ceases. Transference of benefit. As from a large garden of flowers,
As from a large garden of flowers,
many garlands and wreaths can be made.
many garlands and wreaths can be made.
So, by a human being in this life,
So, in a human being in this life,
much good can be achieved.
much good can be achieved.
May any merit
May any merit
gained through Dharma practice
gained through Dharma practice
be shared equally among all beings.
be shared equally among all beings.
The perfume of flowers
The perfume of flowers
goes not against the wind.
goes not against the wind.
Not even the finest perfumes,
Not even
ends of this world.
can be right of edge of this world.
Mahamuni Shakyamuni Sadhu Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Sadhu Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Sadhu Muni Muni Mahamuni
Shakyamuni Sadhu
Shakyamuni Sadhu Muni Muni Mahamuni 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 Shakyamuni Sadhu. So we'll end there. Thank you all very much for coming and practicing.